What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about the prelims that will take place for UFC Fight Night Saskatoon, of course at the UFC Apex facility in Las Vegas, because of this whole pandemic, this is what we're going to have to be doing. Dana White is going to have to be purchasing this, he did purchase this facility. Anyways, in this fight we're going to be talking about the third prelim bout between Zarrukh Adashev and Tyson. Before I go any further, I want to talk about the odds a little bit for this one, and I wrote in the famous sticky note here. So we have Tyson, who's the favorite at -135, and we got Zarrukh Adashev as the underdog as +105, and this makes sense in my opinion because as I said before, Adashev has got a very new record. He's a very new prospect, which are always interesting to look at because they can go ahead and win 9-0s, 10-0s, like Mackenzie Dern did, or it's really you can't really tell. Like you could end up like Cody Garbrandt, who wins like 11 in a row and then gets knocked out twice. It's super interesting to look at these types of fighters, and Adashev is definitely one of them. Again, like honestly, he looks like a very promising fighter, despite the fact that he doesn't have the experience yet. So Zarrukh Adashev is called the Lion. So I mean, straight off the bat, with a nickname like this, like you have to be someone that has to live up to that nickname. So he's one that's got to be a warrior 100%. He's actually rather new to the UFC. He's got a professional record that is relatively low. He's got 4 fights in total where he's won 3, lost 1. The 3 fights, he's won 2 via knockout or technical knockout, and he's won 1 via submission. And at the same time, his only loss that did take place was from a submission. So if we want to analyze his fights specifically, he lost his first one on his UFC debut in 2015 against Cody Mooney by submission in the very first round via a rear naked choke. He then stopped fighting for 3 years, and then he started again facing Christian Medina, where in 2018, where he won via TKO in the first round. So there was a good redemption story there. Then a year later, in February 15th, he won via decision against Ronnie Arana Leon. And then finally he won his last fight, which took place in October 2019 against Tevin Dice, where he also won via TKO. So far, I mean, we have a fighter who has won by TKO, he's won by decision. Honestly, very new fighter. Not much to say about him in terms of a professional career. We could do a little research and actually pull up some of his best knockouts, which is actually what I'm going to be doing right now. Oof. Oh my goodness. Can I just say something really quickly? Ooh. This guy's going to kick ass, man. I mean, did you guys see that? Bro, oh my, dude, he's out. No, you don't need to get out, brother. You don't need So this was Zarrukh Adashev against Jeffrey Ten in 2018. This was Glory Kickboxing, and dude, he laid this guy out. No, don't get up, bro. You don't need to get up. That's just ridiculous, man. He laid him out with a spinning kick and then jab. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, right in the temple, dude. Right in the temple. Boom, dips down. Oh, Jesus, man. Oh my God, dude. Spinning kick, boom. The guy's just like, where am I? Adashev gets back in position, boom, hook. Lays him out like a bag of potatoes. Look at that guy. You don't need to get up after that, buddy. Boom. And again, oh my God. Laid him out completely. Okay, so this is why I think it's extremely important, because when you look at Adashev, it's like you see his record now and you're like, I mean, he's got what, 3 wins, that's it. But dude, you see a video like that, this guy's been fighting in Bellator, Glory Kickboxing. Yo, he's got 3 wins in a row. Holy crap, dude. I don't know, man. Could this guy be the next big thing? I mean, he's going against Tyson Nam, which I'm going to get into now. Tyson Nam has got a bit more experience in the UFC. He's a bit older as well, 36 years of age. He's got 18 wins, 11 losses, and 1 draw. Of those 18 wins, he's got 10 via knockout, technical knockout, 1 via submission, and 7 via decision. And his losses have come 3 from TKO or knockout, 8 via decision. So this guy is a beast as well. I mean, listen, the bantamweight division is stacked. And honestly, who knows? I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is that when I see 11 losses like that, I think, damn, dude, that doesn't really look good for a fighter. But at the same time, like, if you consider that 8 have come via decision, he's gone to that final step, to that final stage in the fight before losing it. That goes to show that he's not someone that, you know, is really easy to take over. He's only lost 3 via technical knockout, and he's never been submitted. So that's, I think, a really interesting statistic about Tyson Nam. So specifically, he comes from 2 straight losses, which definitely don't favor him, both via unanimous decision. He lost against Sergio Pettis in UFC Fight Night 159 in September 2019, and then he lost to Kai Kara-France in February 23rd of this year in 2020. So, I mean, listen, like, I always talk about the psychological aspect on this channel, and I think it really plays a big toll on fighters. I mean, if you come from 2 straight losses via unanimous decision, like, it really comes down to whether or not you want to fight back and, like, redeem yourself, or whether or not you're, like, psychologically scarred and you're scared to throw. Like, we've seen it with Ngannou again, where, like, you know, he was basically scared to throw in that Derek Lewis fight because of his loss against Miocic. And so again, it's really interesting here. Definitely has more experience than Adashev in the UFC, but at the same time, like, he's got a lot of losses. Like, again, 18 wins is great, but 11 losses is also really high. So that's that could definitely be danger. I mean, honestly, I think it's a really difficult decision here. I mean, Tyson Nam is the favorite, but man, like, I just saw that clip from Adashev, and I think it just changed my mind. Like, honestly, he doesn't have experience that much in the UFC, but at the same time, like, he's fought in Bellator, Glory Kickboxing. It's not like this guy doesn't know how to fight. That's the thing about, you know, you never know how these things are going to go, because at the same time, Tyson Nam's got 11 losses here. For this one, I think it's difficult to judge, but I think Tyson Nam is going to win just purely because of the experience. Like, first of all, I think the only way that Adashev is going to win this fight is via unanimous decision, because I don't see Adashev knocking Nam out cold. Nam has only lost 3 of his 11 fights via knockout or technical knockout. At the same time, though, he suffers in losing them via unanimous decision. So I think, you know, a guy like Adashev, if he wants to win this fight, I think it's gonna go via the final decision. Adashev's he's gonna have to watch out, because his lack of experience, like, if he lunges in too much, like, the UFC is a different game, in my opinion. I don't see Adashev being submitted, just because Nam isn't that type of fighter. But I think Adashev does risk the knockout here. And for a fighter like Nam, like, we know that he's gonna be able to go to the final decision. Like, he's an absolute monster. Like, if you consider that 15 of his 29 total fights have ended via unanimous decision, you know that a guy like Tyson Nam is gonna take you to those, like, deep waters where you struggle. But honestly, I'm going to go for the most experienced fighter, who also is the favorite in Tyson Nam. But again, Zarrukh Adashev, like, give him a bit more time, and I think he's got something to prove here. So yeah, that's how I think the fight is going to go. I think Tyson Nam is going to take it via unanimous decision, or potentially lay him out via a knockout if Adashev lets his lack of experience get to his head. That's how I think the fight is going to go, but I'm also interested to know how you guys think the fight is going to go. You know, UFC Fight Night Saskatoon is going to be extremely interesting to look at. We got a lot of interesting fights coming up. If you're new to the channel and you're into fight predictions, you know, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you guys like this type of content. I'm going to be talking further about the preliminary fights, and at the same time, we will then get into the main card, which will be extremely interesting to look at. So if you do subscribe and I see you guys in the next one, then I'll see you guys in the next one.